Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl Nakisha, aka She Slays, because that's exactly what I do. So you just have to know, okay? There are several reasons to go to this upcoming Millions Conference. For those of you who don't know, let me back up a little bit. So Millions Conference is a huge conference for entrepreneurs, Christian entrepreneurs or God-fearing entrepreneurs looking to, get some insight, gain some tips and tricks for how to be successful in business. And it is hosted by none other than Prophetess Tiffany Montgomery, who also happens to run this ministry covered by God, as noted on my silk line beanie. I'm just saying it's exclusive. Get you one. Anyways, so lots of reasons to go. Tiffany is a multimillionaire and she is first and foremost a daughter of God before she is a prophet of God, before she is a teacher of God, before she is anything else, a wife, a mother, all of the things. She is first and foremost a daughter of God, right? So she has been very successful as an entrepreneur before she was saved and since then. And she has given back to the community by hosting this Millions Conference this year. Leap year next weekend is actually the 8th conference held. I have had the privilege and the honor of attending Millions Conference last year. I did so virtually, which was the first and only time that she offered it virtually. And I know that God really lined things up and allowed for me to go last year. That was my first time hearing about it. I really wanted to go, and God made a way, as He often does, right? When it's in His will. So last year I was able to attend. It was absolutely amazing, and so many things happened. Like as a result of going, there was so much fruit in my life. Okay. So of course, naturally this year is rolling around again. And Tiffany starts promoting about it or what have you. And it's just like, okay, cool. Now, God and I have already set some time apart and have already talked about what this year is going to look like and what He has for me to do. Men's conference this year was actually not on my agenda, on that agenda previously discussed with God. However, and honestly, when she first brought it up, it was just like, okay, cool, that's going to be a good event. But I really wasn't like pressed to go. I didn't feel called to it. But the more I started, or the more she started promoting about it and talking about it, and how this year is a record breaking year, which I am in total agreement with, and I believe and I accept it, and all of those things, the more she started talking about it, it began to pull on me a little bit. Like, well, maybe it would be good to go. Oh, maybe this year me and my husband can go. That would be dope. This could be a little vacation for us. We could get some wisdom, some insight, get closer to God, and all of these things, right? I started like pitching my own self reasons why I should go, and then our money lined up so that we could go ahead and go. So I was like, bet, like we in there, whatever. And then my homegirl, my friend girl, my best friend girl, said that she had got her ticket or whatever, and to let her know when I get mine, etc., etc. And we was in there, okay. In my mind, we was going, okay. So then even today, there's a live up today relating to Millions Conference or whatever, right, that Tiffany had. So I watched the video, and of course she's still dropping jewels, dropping wisdom, and still dropping very convincing reasons to go and why. Like, if you are an entrepreneur in America, or you want to be an entrepreneur in this country, there's no reason why you don't need to be at Millions Conference next weekend. And I'm here to echo that sentiment. You should absolutely go, unless your reason for not attending is the same as mine, okay? Which I will absolutely get to. Now, first and foremost, if you thought this was about to be a video where I'm bashing or saying anything about Prophetess Tiffany or against her, you are sadly mistaken. You can go ahead and log off now, because it ain't about to happen. You won't catch me putting her down or speaking against a prophet of God. She is tried and true. And that's just it. I'm not about to do it. So, but what I am going to share is exactly why I am not attending Millions Conference this year, right? So the more she started talking about, reasons why you should be there and why this year is like about to be like that, okay? It's really about to be a move of God and all of these things, right? I started to believe hype. Not to say like it's just hype and that's it, because it's absolutely a very powerful move of God. Her The hand of God is all up and through that woman's life, and everything that she puts her hands to is blessed. Period. However, I really had to take a step back and evaluate myself and make sure that I was not making Tiffany an idol or Millions Conference an idol, because there should be nothing in my life or any of our lives that can be louder than the voice of God. I clearly heard God say, like, that's not on our agenda this year, and that's not what we should be doing. That's not where our sights should be set. He actually has me focused on something else that's coming for this year. And so that's cool. Like, I know that for a fact, right? But I started to put my eyes elsewhere, or to like feed into other things, like, well, hey, well, we could do this. It could be fun. It could be this. It could be that. But it could not be what God has for me this year. And so um, I got confirmations and reconfirmations of what I previously heard God say about not necessarily going to Millions Conference this year. And I had to really reflect and really ask myself, like, okay, what changed? Because when you first heard about it, you wasn't really like pressed. Like, of course it didn't matter one way or another. You were neutral about it. You didn't feel called to go. Of course, you still support the event because it's a dope event. It's really, 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 really good. And all of that. But now you feel differently. Now you're like itching or whatever to go. And it's like, why is that? And what it really boiled down to is fear of missing out. I don't want to miss anything God is doing as far as blessing. Like, wherever he's blessing people, wherever he is healing and moving, I'm trying to be a part of, okay? However, not everything is for everyone. And I've said that 1,000 times, but I have to also honor that and accept that and live that and walk that out. So while Millions Conference is an amazing event and it's absolutely life-changing, it is so worth every penny and more, and it yields a lot of fruit, it's not for me this year. And so the reason I'm not going is simply because God said no, not to. God said no. That's it. Okay. So it doesn't matter who's going, who says you need to go. If God does not say it, then everything else is null and void. So like this year, I will not be attending Millions Conference. And I'm okay with it. I have peace about it because I recognize that my shift happened as a result of feeling fear and worry. And as I know that God says in his word, according to 2 Timothy 1:7, yes, 1:7, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Okay, so fear is not of God, and worry is not of God. Worry is actually worship to the devil, as I have learned under my tutelage, my time in Tiffany's tutelage. Let me say it that way. So I don't need to be worried or fearful that I'm going to miss anything, because first of all, we're absolutely getting the replay when it becomes available after the fact. And I know that whatever God has for me, it shall come to pass, right? It shall not miss me, right? Because God's word does not return unto him void, but it has to accomplish what he sent it to accomplish, right? So there is no fear in God. Like, when you know that you know that you know, and you are rooted and planted in him, there is no need to fear missing anything that he has for you, right? As long as I'm in right standing, as long as I'm meeting the conditions that he set forth in his spiritual law and in his rule book, the Bible, I'm good. I don't have to worry about, oh, dang, oh, I need to be there. What I have decided to declare and decree and come into agreement with over my life is that I am always at the right place at the right time. Nothing that is for me from God will miss me. Everything that God has for me shall come to me, and shall come to me in the fullness and the abundance that God has for me. Jesus Christ died so that I may live, okay? Life and more abundantly, okay? So I'm good. You should absolutely go. And in fact, if you don't know anything about Millions Conference, I will put the link in the comments so you can go to millionsconference.com and find out more what it is and get your ticket, okay? Because while it may not be for me this year, it does not mean that it's not for you. If you've never been, I highly, highly recommend going. And I will look forward to the replay once it becomes available, because that's just how God moves, okay? So that's just how he said. That's how he instructed me, okay? So I'm going to walk and I'm going to sit in obedience to what he has said, okay? Including making this video and the caption. Okay, everything it comes from him. So y'all be good. Take care. Enjoy your Won't He Do It Wednesday, and I'll see y'all next time.